Happy New Year's to every single one of you guys. It's a brand new year, and with a brand new year, we get tons of great new movies, and hopefully this list won't be as obsolete and garbage in the fact that I didn't get to see like half of my most anticipated films last year. Hopefully this list actually works out, but if it doesn't, then we'll just be able to laugh at it, and maybe we'll be laughing at it in just a couple of weeks, months, who knows. We'll definitely find out soon, guys. But of course, this is also going to be fun because I want to hear what your guys' most anticipated films are down below in the comment section. So make sure to comment down below and let me know your favorites that you're looking forward to this year, as well as hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep talking movies over here on a daily basis. I love doing this every year, and I'm sure many of you guys do as well. So let's have fun talking about it down below in the comment section. And without further ado, let's get to the must-see films of 2021. Even though I only have 10 to really talk about in depth, I do have some honorable mentions. I had 23 films I definitely listed, and there are probably even more that I'm truly missing on here. Dumbing out my number 23 is Willy's Wonderland. It's Nicolas Cage fighting animatronics. I'm sold. In the Heights, number 22. Awesome, looks like a great musical that's gonna sweep me off my feet. 21 is Top Gun 2. It's Tom Cruise coming back and as the character. We gotta see where this takes us next. Number 20 is Halloween Kills. I'm excited about it. I'm a little hesitant on it, but still, if it's as brutal as I'm hearing it is, I'm sold. Number 19 is The Last Duel. I've not been this excited for a Ridley Scott film in almost nearly ever. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon wrote the script for this. Kylo Ren himself, Adam Driver, is also starring in this. I'm sold. Give me the film. I heard the book is fantastic. I really hope Ridley Scott pulls this one off. Next one is Malcolm and Marie, a brand new film that was filmed in quarantine with Zendaya and John David Washington, also from the creator of Euphoria. I'm in. Give me the film now. Number 17 is A Quiet Place 2, which I have heard excellent things about from people who've already seen it. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope it succeeds for me. Number 16 is Godzilla vs. Kong. I mean, come on. Two of the biggest heavy hitters fighting, finally going at it. Number 15 is Free Guy. This would have made my top 10 list. It did make it last year, but I decided to slide it down for some of the newer ones coming out. I'm really excited for this one. Venom 2. Never thought I'd be saying I'm this excited for a Venom film, but I actually think this one will be great. I love Andy Serkis, and I can't wait to see how he directs the hell out of this movie. Space Jam. Number 13. I mean, Space Jam. The Looney Tunes are coming back. I gotta be excited. And my number 12 is Ghostbusters Afterlife. And my number 11 is Cherry, starring Tom Holland and also from the directors of Endgame. I should be seeing this one fairly soon. I know some people have already gotten screeners for it. I can't wait to see it, and I'm just very excited about it. Without further ado, though, it's time to get to my number 10. My number 10 is The Green Knight, which is directed by David Lowery, and I was supposed to go to the premiere of this back at South by Southwest last year. I was so excited for The Green Knight, and sadly, South by Southwest got canceled. The film got pushed indefinitely, but it is officially coming out this year, and I cannot wait to see what, again, David Lowery does. It's produced and distributed by A24, which I'm a major fan of a majority of their films. I don't know much about this, but the fact that it's Dave Patel, David Lowery, and the fact that it's kind of a new take on the King Arthurian tale, and I'm sold on that in general. So give me the film now. Coming down to my number 9 is The Northmen, which is also Robert Eggers' new film with A24. The guy's done Lighthouse, The Witch. The Witch is one of my favorite horror films of all time, and the fact that he's making this new Viking tale souls me. The cast in here alone really much brings it about, but it's truly Robert Eggers directing that is what I'm truly looking forward to. If this is his version of a Viking tale, I can't wait to see. The guy's already made 2 completely separate horror films within The Witch and The Lighthouse, and I can't wait to see what he does next with The Northmen. I almost said The Irishman for a second, but I definitely meant The Northmen. And coming down to my number 8 is The Last Night in Soho. I'm stupid excited for this because of Edgar Wright directing and writing this film. Every single film this guy has written and directed, I have immensely enjoyed to absolutely love. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are some of the best comedies of all time. Baby Driver is an excellently action adventure comedy that just keeps you on edge and has some fantastic music, and the directing for that is superb. The World's End is completely adorable and enjoyable, and such a great conclusion to the Cornetto trilogy, and of course Scott Pilgrim. What else are you gonna say? Scott Pilgrim's a great film. I can't wait to see what he does in Last Night in Soho. It's described with Anya Taylor-Joy being a horror film, and I've never seen Edgar Wright actually do a straight-up horror film. I doubt it will be straight up, but it will be Edgar Wright's style, and I'm completely sold. Coming down to my number 7 is No Time to Die. This was one of my most anticipated films last year. I decided to slide it in here a little bit lower on the list this time because I definitely need that hype to be built back up because the trailers look phenomenal. Cary Fukunaga is directing this film, and I am on edge to get excited about this. The directing just looks stellar from the trailers. I love how this is pretty much Daniel Craig's last go around as James Bond. I bet he dies. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Will they actually do it? We'll see. It just looks like the emotional conclusion that I've been looking forward to. And every single thing, the practical effects, the stunts, the action scenes, the story, everything looks like it's just built up to be this immense experience that I'm looking forward to seeing. And maybe might even be the best James Bond film yet. Will it beat Casino Royale for me? We'll find out. Coming down at my number 6 is Old, M. Night Shyamalan's brand new written and directed film. Now, anytime M. Night Shyamalan has a film coming out, I am there first day. I've always supported the guy. He's one of the directors that has very much inspired me to be as creative as possible, whether it's from the first time that I ever saw Signs to Sixth Sense to even Unbreakable. I know this guy has had a track record that's a little bit faulty, but he always makes a very unique film that is very much to his style, and everything that I've read about Old and everything that I've looked into it, it's best to go into this film not knowing much, but know it's going to be a true trippy experience, and I can't wait to see what M. Night Shyamalan has up his sleeve for this one. Before we get to my top 5, make sure again to hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep talking movies over here on a daily basis, as well as head on over to Samsung Films on how to see films early, and of course just a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you I wouldn't be able to do this. And my top 5 is The Suicide Squad, directed and written by James Gunn. Now, it's funny because when I heard he was doing this, I was like, I'm excited, but I'm also very nervous. I hate the original Suicide Squad with a passion. Get it, there was a lot of studio meddling on that film, but still, just wasn't for me. This Suicide Squad, I wasn't excited for until I saw that behind the scenes stuff at DC Fandom. And from then on and thereforth, I've been immensely excited about this. First off, the cast just looks great, but the fact that we're getting King Shark and Weasel in here just absolutely sells me on this. I love what they're doing with Margot Robbie in this. I actually like the character that John Cena is actually playing in this, and Idris Elba is also in here. The fact that we're just getting this big group of freaking weird characters is just great, and he already did a great job with Guardians of the Galaxy, my favorite MCU film, so maybe this will end up being my favorite DCEU film. We'll definitely see. It looks bonkers, it looks crazy, and the fact that I know what the real villain is, and you can see it in the background, some of that behind stuff, this is going to be an insane film, and I'm all for it. Coming down to my number 4 is The Eternals. Now, this was one of my most anticipated films last year. Biggest reason being Chloe Zhao is directing and writing this film, and I am actually ready to say it. My prediction is this will be the best made MCU film yet. Now, will it be my favorite? I think top 5 for sure. You know, I got some nostalgic feeling for some of the MCU films we've ever gone through, but I think The Eternals is definitely going to shake up the lineup for the Marvel Universe. The fact that we haven't seen a trailer, just barely anything for set photos, we've just seen artwork. We know the cast, which the cast is phenomenal. I mean, you have Angelina Jolie, Selma Hayek, Richard Madden in this. Sold me. Then Kumail Nanjiani got big and buff for this. I'm in. I can't wait to see what The Eternals brings us. Again, this is a film I know nothing about. I don't know anything really about the comics besides what I've heard in passing from friends and family. But really, The Eternals looks to be that next deal, and I can't wait to see what Kevin Feige has under his sleeve with Chloe Zhao. Also, if you haven't seen Chloe Zhao's 2 last previously directed films, Nomadland and, of course, The Rider, you must see them. Coming down at my number 3 is going to be Mission Impossible 7. It wouldn't be a list without putting Mission Impossible 7 here, for the biggest reason being Mission Impossible Fallout was one of the best action films I've ever seen in my entire life. Christopher McQuarrie returns to direct and write this film, as well as Tom Cruise and cast, and even newcomers coming into this. This film just sounds awesome. I know nothing about the story, I just know that they're filming 7 and 8 back to back. The villain looks menacing, it's Tom Cruise back, we're gonna get some awesome stunts, and that's all I know. That's all I know. But the fact that I love Fallout so much, it was one of my favorite films of that year, and again, I really truly think that's one of the best action films ever made. It's hard for me not to get excited for Mission Impossible 7 and have it being one of my most anticipated films of 2021. Coming down to my number 2, goddamn, if it wasn't for my number 1, this would be my number 1. And I don't know how this film will turn out, but Spider-Man 3, whatever they're gonna call it, it's pretty much, it's some version of Spider-Verse. You know, Doc Ock's coming back, Molina's coming back for the role, Electro's coming back, there's rumors Green Goblin, Norman Osborn's coming back, we might get Kraven the Hunter, we might get frickin' Prowler, who knows who we might get in this film. But all I know is that there are heavy rumors that we're getting Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland in the same exact film. And if that doesn't turn out to be true, that's fine. It's a Spider-Man film. Spider-Man's one of my favorite superheroes of all time. And after the end of Far From Home, which Far From Home is one of my favorite MCU films and also one of my favorite Spider-Man films of all time, my second favorite, I can't wait to see what they do with this. I hope they bring back Mysterio because Mysterio is one of the coolest villains ever. But if they don't, that's fine. I just want to see where this story continues with Tom Holland. I love him in this role. I love the characters. And I'm optimistic. I trust Kevin Feige. If they're doing Spider-Verse or they're doing a version of it, I'm in for it. I know I get the hesitation. I am pessimistic about certain things, but I'm very optimistic because of everything that they've done for us in the MCU yet. And WandaVision's about to kick off the multiverse whole connection very soon, and I can't wait to see what they do with it. But of course, coming down at my number one, it was my number one of last year, and it's my number one of this year, and I debated not even putting it on this list and really just doing a complete new list. But guess what? It's my list. And it's still my number one of the entire year. It's Dune. I cannot wait to see what Dune has in store for us. Denis Villeneuve is one of my favorite directors of all time. The guy's put out constant masterpiece after masterpiece for me with Arrival, Blade Runner, Enemy, Sicario, Prisoners, and I'm really excited to dive into his older films that I haven't seen yet, like Incendies. The guy just cannot miss. Dune is a big testament to see if this guy can actually push forward the film that may actually grab general movie-going audiences. The cast is there. Timothy Chalamet, Josh Brolin, Oscar Isaac, freaking Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, Jason Momoa. The cast keeps growing from there. The world looks incredible. The trailer blew me away. The score is going to be fantastic. This truly looks to be that next version, maybe the next Lord of the Rings for our world, and I hope it is. I want a new fantasy world to dive into, and I'm sure many of you guys are looking forward to it as well. There's not much more I can say about Dune other than that it looks like a spectacle, an epic one that I cannot wait to see in the theaters and not on HBO Max. I get it. It's going to be cool if they're ending up doing that. But still, if you're going to see this film, it's got to be in IMAX. I mean, oh my God. That's going to be my top 10 list for 2021 of my most anticipated films. Make sure to comment down below your guys's. Thank you so much for joining this. We'll definitely see by the end of this year how many of these films actually come out. Hopefully all of them, but we'll see with the whole entire world still kind of in a rut. We'll definitely see you guys. Stay safe, have a happy New Year's, and look forward to many more videos coming very soon. I have a Twitch channel that I'm starting very soon as well, so make sure to look out for me streaming some games over there. And just in general, this is going to be a great year, and I can't wait to have you guys along for the ride. So thank you so much, and of course, until next time, stay classy.